What's funny about Zinni here is we'll switch from talking about horror to talking about football to talking about magical girls. That is right here.
Don't you dare.
Yeah. Wait. We have a very wide variety of interests.
Yeah. And if we're wondering how we all met, all our interest in like freaking analyzing kids' cartoons is really how we actually met. But
yeah, I remember being in some servers when I didn't even really know them yet.
Yeah, for reference, I guess, on how random origin story about how our friendship came to be, or the Cursed Cube came to be. I met Kitty over here in a server that was dedicated to this old podcast Pie Guy Rules had.
Oh yeah, the recast.
Yes. And I met
recast. That was a great one.
In this server that Trap-On guy on Twitter has.
I was also in the Trap-On server, but it was like really argumentative and
like the mods fought people a lot.
On there for some time, and let's just say I felt kind of uncomfortable with how big it was because I was more inexperienced moderating stuff at the time, and just didn't like the vibe in there.
I am pretty sure I saw Zinnia in the Trap-On server a few times.
When I first met Zinnia is at first I didn't think I would. At first it was like I partially didn't take her seriously, or I don't think take her seriously, but it was more like a off-put for a second because her avatar at the time was Sophia the First.
Yeah, just a really angry Sophia the First.
Like I was I knew Sophia the First had a fandom at the time. I just didn't know how big it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
There we go.
And for reference, this is before Zinnia transitioned, so it was like, oh, a guy into Sophia the First kind of thing. To be fair, I was a brony, so I was not surprised there either.
Yeah. Well, now we have that crank.
Yeah.
I just can't remember where it is because there's so much stuff.
Yeah. What?
I'm assuming it's for that bridge.
Yeah, and then basically I invited them into my own server that I was making, and then they became moderator. Well, I think Kitty was a moderator first because we were first friends, and then Zinnia just kind of slowly, because I liked Zinnia's activity at the time and just how much she added to discussions, and made her a mod, and then slowly we just sort of all gravitated to each other.
Yeah, we realized we had like very similar energies.
Yeah. Yeah. See, what's funny is in a lot of my servers, a lot of my interests just kind of pull from different people, which kind of leads to some weird discussions or weird varieties. Because my Twitter account is very Pokemon and Nintendo, and even Pokemon's kind of an offshoot within Nintendo fandoms, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like, you either find Nintendo fans who are like also into Pokemon, or Nintendo fans who have literally never played Pokemon past Gen 1.
Right.
And because of that, the Pokemon people tend to only talk about Pokemon, and the Nintendo people tend to only talk about Nintendo. And then there's the people who don't really play video games as much and will be here to talk about, like, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah, speaking of Pokemon, I guess we can talk a little bit more about, like, the other series we've been planning on doing.
What was it again? I actually forgot.
Yeah, the three things we've talked about doing lately is a Hat in Time, a Pokemon Fire Red Poison Monotype run, and the SpongeBob movie game for GBA.
Yeah. Part of me is leaning. Basically, Hat in Time because that's one of me and Zinnia's favorite games. SpongeBob movie game because that's a game from Zinnia's childhood.
Yeah.
And Overtype Mono Run because Zinnia's been talking about that one, doing that for a while.
I've been really wanting to do like another Monotype run.
Oh yeah. Also, I just missed the Fire Red and Leaf Green games.
Yeah.
I think I tried to like do an emulator thing, but it didn't work with them. I only did like Gen 4 and probably 5.
One time I played this weird rap mod of ROM of Fire Red, and it was like called Moemon, where it just turned all the Pokemon into like anime girls.
I remember.
It was so weird. Like, and after a while, I kind of just got used to it and was just playing it like a normal Pokemon game.
I know there was like Pokemon Sweet.
Yeah.
Time for more gambling.
Yeah.
Oh, not you again.
Oh no. Ew.
Let's just one question mark.
Well, you got it first try there. Whoa. I just realized the Curse Cube origin story could also be got into a like freaking compilation thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There are a couple compilations I want to make.
Yep. Oh,
Like, I know at some point I do really want to make like a highlight reel in general.
just different games played, yeah.
Just different random funny moments.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe at some point I'll just make like a few highlights of random videos that I really like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, or the various edits you've had, like the frickin' swiper apparition.
Yeah,
I remember the swiper apparition.
Dude, I am so sad that video didn't do as well as the other door videos, because that's generally been one of my favorite edits on the entire channel.
Maybe if that compilation happens, it'll make more people be gravitating towards it. I don't know.
Yeah, the represent how weird our views can get on this channel. The highest viewed video for this series has been episode 2.
Huh.
Yeah, randomly, episode 2 just got like 100 views, and the highest viewed video on our channel overall is a random door. It's like the first door video we ever did.
Oh yeah. Like the Dora videos, they probably have like a lot of
views when like one of my videos blew up and I happened to link the channel in the end card, but it's really it.
Just going into the almost untouched niche of Dora games.
Yeah.
Like it's really interesting how that worked out, because like that first Dora video is like one of her first Dora videos, and it's currently got like 661 views as a recording.
Oh wow, it's almost at 666.
Yeah, and then like the second video didn't do nearly as well, but then the third one randomly got like 600 views too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I will say, we're doing niche licensed kids games can sometimes get you a lot of views. Even when I did my Let's Play of this game that's unfinished and gone, Lost Media, when I was 13, my videos on Piglet's Big Game would get like 1,000 views. It was weird.
Oh, I guess there's like a really untapped niche for that as well. I don't know.
What probably helped was that was when Let's Plays were definitely more popular.
Yeah, like I was one of those people. I was one of those kids who watched like various Let's Play channels at the time and wanted to do it myself, but because I was 13 and sounded like and hadn't hit puberty yet, no one took me seriously. Not helping was that the first game I decided to Let's Play was frickin' Poke Park V Pikachu's Adventure.
Oh yeah, I remember being really into like some Let's Plays, especially for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, and I kind of wanted to do it too, but then it's like, oh, I don't even know how to do that.
Yeah, I actually kind of learned at 13. Like at 13, I learned what a capture card was and got a very cheap one. I was actually a bit more like at some point in there, they started off as typical a camcorder at the TV, and then eventually I invested in getting a capture card and used that, which definitely improved the quality of them slightly. But because I was like in middle school still and had school and had a friend that at the time that was kind of prodding me to keep doing those, I kind of got burnt out. Like really fast, I got burnt out. I have a couple Let's Play videos with said friend that are floating around somewhere on YouTube. I'm not going to link you to them directly, though.
Yeah. I know some Let's Plays, they kind of like changed into like being, oh, let's live stream this game and I will talk to my audience in real time. Which is probably a little bit more natural.
Let's Plays basically fell out of favor in the algorithm once Twitch streaming became big and streamers could just upload all their Twitch highlights to YouTube with a clickbaity title.
Yeah.
Like, at least that became big with like the small ants, for example.
Right.
The small ant. I usually like I associate those kind of videos with small ant because that's just who I mainly watch. Who does
I see so many YouTubers that do that.
Yeah, small ant and this. Oh, and Point Crow. That's the other guy I watch who does that.
Right.
I know my favorites is like Point Crow. I think they both do Pokemon stuff. Point Crow has a slight Zelda focus, I think.
I know Smallland also does Zelda videos.
It's for them. It's either Pokemon, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I know another LPR I used to watch a little bit with Psycho.
Oh yeah, Psycho. I used to watch his Pokemon.
I don't know who that guy is.
Yo.
I saw some of his topless, and then I decided to watch some of his actual LPs.
Psycho. I used to watch one of my favorite videos is his Pokemon Gen 1 Glitch Quest video.
Yes, his Glitch Quest videos were so funny.
Yeah, I feel like he had a great energy, and I loved his glitch hunting videos. Kind of a shame he just vanished one day.
I know my favorite Let's Player especially in terms of Pokemon, was Jethro Tex. But I think a lot of his Let's Plays actually kind of got deleted or archived. And then I find out later on that he how do I put this?
Don't worry.
If it's too bad, we can just bleep it out.
I ended up finding out about a year later that he offed himself. Like the 2020s. I know he had a brain tumor at some point and was recovering from that. And he had a lot of mental health issues apparently.
That is awful.
Only found this out because of a Twitlonger from Munching Orange, who was one of his friends.
Oh yeah, I think I actually did hear about that.
I remember when Munching Orange collabed with Jay Witz, and that was it. Yeah, Jay Witz was one of my favorites too.
I was afraid to say this, but I think it's probably fine within this context. But when I did Let's Plays when I was 13, I was obviously heavily inspired by people like Sugar Conroy.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to awkwardly say that because of that recent controversy.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a while. It's been a few weeks.
It's actually kind of funny because now we've referred to Chuck Conway in every single one of his recording sessions so far.
Yeah. I don't think it's trying to mention him because, in a way, a lot of people were inspired by him, despite.
Well, I know. I mean, I guess. But those previous ones made it age very awkwardly.
Yeah. The awkward part was that I had met the Runaway Guys at a con a year prior, and then this happened. I always wanted to meet them, and then
this Cole?
This happens, and I'm like,
ooh, we shovel it. But first, I'm gonna murder this motherfucker.
Really? That's what the shovel for? Freaking Cole?
Coal is very useful, but it is also
come over here.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Honestly, one of my favorite underrated.
No.
Going back to underrated Let's Play moments, one of my favorite underrated Let's Play moments is actually from Attacking Toucans and his Let's Play of Majora's Mask, where he freaked out in the spider house. It's so beautiful.
I think I might have seen that clip in the past, but never knew where it came from. But that sounds hilarious.
He thought he was gonna get a big wallet, but he got something else, and then he freaks out and just freaking goes crazy with Link with the sword.
Oh. Come on, time to shovel. Let's go.
I've noticed there's a slight glitch in this game where the enemy audio will keep playing until you collect the soul.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why is
tiny? What is that? Tiny 4 pieces of coal and that's it?
Yeah.
It's just a time skip.
Yeah.
I can kick things.
You're missing some cookies.
Guys.
Get him out of the potato sack thing.
Oh yeah. If we're referencing old YouTube quotes now, because potatoes.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I like how I like the potato man.
What's funny is what's funny, I mean, I'm gonna say it because not many people watch this channel anyway, but it's so funny how barely anyone in my audience knows I actually moderate for Mr. Enter.
Sorry.
It's so funny how no one in my follower base really knows that, just because my follower base is kind of slightly separate from cartoons.
Yeah.
Probably not.
There's a lot, people kind of vaguely know who the team members are just from other stuff, and people mention, and I usually don't mention that because I get kind of scared too with all the stuff people hate him for. So I'm just sitting there, I'm the guru. I think recently I kind of had the observation of, wow, this is channel awesome. I'd be like the guru Larry.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna press the big red button. Oh.